Hi everyone, my name is Katie O'Shea, and today I'm going to be sharing with you books that I have just recently finished reading and books that I am currently reading, so hopefully you can find your next favorite read. So the first book is Veronica Mars, and this is the $1,000 Tan Line. You will love this book if you watched the Veronica Mars series and you loved it. I listened to the audiobook that Kristen Bell narrated, and it was amazing. It was so cool to hear more of the story from her perspective, and it comes after the Veronica Mars movie. So the audiobook is awesome, and you should definitely check this out if you are a Veronica Mars fan. Another book I read earlier this year is My True Love Gave to Me, and this is 12 holiday stories from authors such as Holly Black, Allie Carter, David Levithan, and Stephanie Perkins. And this is a cute little holiday story. It may be past the moment for you to read it now, but I highly recommend you put it on your TBR for next year if you're in the Christmassy holiday type mood next year, because it has just a bunch of cute short little stories and they're perfect for the holidays. The next book I read recently was Illuminati, the Illuminati Files, and this is by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and this was kind of the most buzzed about 2015 hot read. So I picked it up and I listened to the audiobook, but I also got the book because there's a lot of graphic illustrations in here and kind of interesting little things. Like, for example, this page has kind of text all over the page. So it's really helpful, even if you listen to the audiobook, to have the book and follow along and kind of look at the things that add to the story. But the audiobook was really cool because it had a lot of different sound effects and it had different narrators, and that is exactly what I love in an audiobook. I will say that I wasn't as, like, this is the best book I've ever read. It's set in space. I enjoyed it, and it was very interesting, especially with the different format. But I don't know that it was, I think it was all the hype about the book got to me, and I was like, wow, I'm expecting this to be the best book I've ever read, and it was really good, but I can't say that it was the best book I've ever read, so I think that kind of, messed up my expectations a little bit. But I definitely recommend that you guys read this because it was very cool, and now I just have to wait for the next one. And the book I finished reading most recently was the Bane Chronicles, and I absolutely loved it. I listened to the audiobook, and this is in the Mortal Instruments kind of world and the Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. So if you've read those books and you haven't read this yet, you definitely need to, because it adds so much. And this story kind of follows Magnus Bane throughout his life adventures, and he's a warlock and he's lived throughout centuries, so it's so cool, and it's a bunch of different stories, and a different narrator narrates each one if you listen to the audiobook version, and that was really interesting. And it's just so many cute little stories, and some I was laughing out loud, and some were kind of like you got to see more Malec, Magnus and Alec moments, and that was cute. So I would definitely recommend this if you like the Mortal Instruments and that kind of series world. Now moving on to books that I am currently still reading and have not finished. The first is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. You guys may have heard of this. It's kind of like not what I would typically read, but it's kind of like the Japanese art of decluttering and organizing. And some of it is a little strange, like tell your clothes that you appreciate them each day. I'm not into that, but it really did help me like declutter and get rid of a ton of stuff. I'm almost at the very end. I just haven't finished the last couple pages, but I think it really was helpful for me in getting rid of so much stuff that I was not wearing and not needing, and helping me live a more minimalist life. The next book I am currently reading is What We Left Behind by Robin Talley. This book was recommended to me by a friend, and it is very good so far. As you can see, I'm not super far in yet, though. But this book is about Tony and Gretchen, a couple who everyone envied in high school, and they've now gone off to college. One of them at Harvard and one of them at NYU, so they're going through this long-distance relationship now, and the reality of being apart. Tony identifies as genderqueer and meets a group of transgender upperclassmen and immediately finds a sense of belonging that has always been missing. But Gretchen struggles to remember who she is outside their relationship. While Tony worries that Gretchen won't understand Tony's new world, Gretchen begins to wonder where she fits in this puzzle. As distance and Tony's shifting gender identity begin to wear on their relationship, the couple must decide, have they grown apart for good, or is love enough to keep them together? And I do not know the answer to that yet, but we will find out. The next book I am currently reading is The Winner's Curse by Marie Rutkowski. And this book my book club read before, but I didn't get to read it because I was a little busy. So I'm reading it now, and as you can see, I'm also only just a little bit into this one. But this is like, winning what you want may cost you everything you love. As a general's daughter in a vast empire that revels in war and enslaves those it conquers, 17-year-old Kestrel has two choices. She can join the military or get married, but Kestrel has other intentions. So this is, I've been enjoying it so far. It's kind of set in a different world. It's a fantasy. And so far what's happened is that she has bought a slave at an auction and is kind of dealing with the ramifications of doing that, which made her very uncomfortable. And so apparently it's not long before she has to hide her growing love for him. But he too has a secret. Dun dun dun. And the final book that I'm currently reading is Life with a Sprinkle of Glitter, and this is by Louise Pentland, or Sprinkle of Glitter here on YouTube. Hashtag YouTuber book, yes. But I absolutely love Louise. She is one of my favorite YouTubers, and Megan, my best chummy, got me this book for Christmas, so I have been just really enjoying it actually. I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but it's kind of got little things about like treating yourself and like pampering and parties, and kind of makes me want to like host a fabulous party with all my friends. And there's different like life advice and like decorating and craft advice. So it's kind of a cool little collection of different things from Sprinkle of Glitter. So I've been enjoying this one and just kind of taking it a little bit at a time to savor this book. Anyway, a book dropped. Anyway, leave me a comment with what books you are currently reading or books that you just finished that you absolutely love. Tell me what I should read next. Subscribe so that you don't miss out on my next video, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That really helps me, and it's free. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!